Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 Sweden. So at the end of the previous episode we completed the Stonehenge, which means we had like the break between episodes to discuss the Pantheon, and I liked how many comments there were, how many different suggestions there were for the Pantheons, and not just Pantheons, for how you would approach the early game. But overall, most of you were like saying that the start is really bad. And well, I can't really agree with that completely. I mean, it's not an amazing start, right? If we compare it with the lake starting location, there, of course, that will be way better and really strong. But I mean, I've seen significantly worse starting locations. We have quite a lot to work with. It's just that we don't get it right away. The wheat will be pretty damn good soon. Then we have 3 copper in range, so we'll have extra luxuries for the trading. That should solve our problems with gold, at least partially. There will be a lot of production coming from these resources. We'll even have marble if we can get that active in time. There will be a small boost to wonders. Not sure if it's relevant in this game, but there is the option for secondary cities. There is one that's really bad that I'm still not sure if I even want to get. Many of you suggested I should leave this unsettled, like a spawning grounds for barbarians, to get some extra yields from like farming barbarians. I may do that, just farm some barbarian camps. Because the city here would be really bad. The best city that I could come up with here would have like 3 decent tiles, so that really sucks. The city here, it may seem it's bad, but I mean the city will have food from the sea, and it will have a ton of production from all these hills. It will have 2 luxuries, so in my book, that's a good city. I mean, I've started like way worse cities than this one, so I don't have a problem with that. Then another city I want here. This one depends on like if there is anything on the plains other than the wheat. But even with the wheat, it's something. Problem here will be production. Maybe get the horses. If we get maybe one manufacturer around here, still perfectly fine. We need the harbor, so sure, why not? Again, don't have a problem with that. And then we have a city somewhere up here that's gonna have a wonder. I mean, I can't complain. I think the start is fine. Well, we will see. Of course, if we get a few AIs that have like really strong starting locations, then yeah, we are in trouble. Okay, before we found the Pantheon, there's one thing. I will again be checking saves that we haven't seen yet. I want to make sure that I don't miss something important. So first one is America. So, Manifest Destiny, all military units have side discount on purchasing tiles. That gives production, scaling with army purchase tiles owned by other civilizations. There is nothing new there. As for unique units and the buildings. Smithsonian, I've never played as America. So I don't remember all of their unique units, like what's changed. So it requires, what is it? Unique American replacement for Hermitage. Culture for citizens, for 4 citizens in the city. 50% culture from great works, world wonders, natural wonders, and tiles is added to tourism. Boost culture and science output of museums, broadcast towers in all cities by 5. What? Culture and science output of museums and broadcast towers. Holy crap. It comes into play quite late, but still. Contains 3 slots for great works of art, reduces unhappiness needs by 10%. Okay, that's interesting. The other one, Homestead, that one is definitely new. Replaces, what do you replace? Replaces stable. 33% production when building mounted units and 25% production for workers and settlers. Pioneers can be built in the city. So they get access to pioneers pretty early. Increases the military supply cap by 10%. Production wherever a citizen is born. On completion, the city immediately claims all horse, sheep, cattle, and bison tiles within 3 tiles of the city. That's interesting. The city gains 20 production for each tile claimed, scaling with era. Internal trade routes from the city generate +2 production, and it boosts the yields from all the relevant tiles by a lot as well. That's a really good one if you have the like right biome to start on, that you get these tiles, then you can get a lot. Like, I mean, food production and gold. Wow. And you can have cities that have 6, 7 relevant tiles. That city just explodes when it gets the homestead. And Minuteman, Penniers, is it? I guess it's here only because they can get it earlier, but it's not unique to them. Minuteman replaces Musketman, so it's the same thing and comes into play earlier, I think. Oh, gains Golden Age points from destroying units. I'm not sure about this part. If in the non-modded Vox Populi they also give Golden Age points. That shouldn't be super relevant. And monitor it. That's also, I think, new. Durable coastal defense craft only America may build it. Increases the combat strength of your cities when adjacent or inside. That's interesting. Takes reduced damage from enemy attacks. Wow. That thing has potential. What it replaces? Ironclad, yeah. Okay. So, most of the bonuses are a bit situational, but potentially really strong. Fine. So, let's start playing finally. Nothing relevant here. We want to start working on the granary. We want the Pantheon first. I will go with the God of War. Like, one of the reasons is that we don't want to fight against saves with God of War. I think with the cities already doing a ton of damage, 50% on top of that would make sieges a real pain in the ass. So it's kind of like must take away. Even though in some cases it might not be ideal. I think in our case it's actually the best option, even if I didn't want to take it away from the AIs. And I wanted to play with the God of War for quite a while, so why not? But until they change the city strength, I may have to take God of War every time I go domination, just because I don't want to fight against it. Okay. And now we can try how much damage we can do to barbarians. A lot. Holy crap. So, can we just leave the city with the warrior now? Is this strong enough to like one-shot barbarians even on 100 health? And we don't need the warrior to finish them off. Well, let's try it once on healthy barbarian. But why would we leave the city with the warrior? There is really nothing to do right now. We can't take camps. We'll just... Actually, we maybe can... Nah, I don't think we can take camps safely with one warrior, even with the authority bonus. We need one more warrior. I was thinking about going for archer, but with authority, we can probably just clear camps with 2 warriors, and we'll get that much faster. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this, and then I may just train a warrior or 2 and an archer or 2 as well. Fine, now we can finally end the turn. Really? Maybe I could just start healing and I would survive damage from the barbarian. But I can't go this way, so I kind of have to go here. I'll just run home. We can make it there very quickly, and I'm gonna heal the Pathfinder. Next. Maybe not. Maybe I can just sit here and heal up. Let's see, 7 turns to finish the granary, 8 turns. Yeah, so it still takes longer if I'm not working the copper. Fine. Go. Let's see if we get the deer. Or even bison.
Wandering birds do not fall into the same traps or nets twice.
Huh. That's something. There's deer as well. Well, this city suddenly became significantly better. If I started the city here, I wouldn't lose anything, I'd just gain 1 more deer. I think 5 deer in the range of 1 city, that's something we could work with. There's no way to get this deer and all of this deer in 1 city, no. Of course, our capital didn't get a single tile with it. I'm actually starting to stay here now. Can I see the yields? Okay, so those yields are worse on Tundra by 1 production. Okay, so we'll start the city down here. That's 1, probably 2 here. Not sure if I'm gonna start here or on the deer. Starting here, I wouldn't really lose anything. Would still be able to reach all the hills. And up here, did we get anything? Oh, this city also could change a bit. Problem is, if I want to get both deer, I would have to start on this tile. And that's too far from the fountain. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could then start the city here and have 2 cities quite close, like a gate to our territory. The advantage of that would be that our second city could start right next to the fountain. And I wouldn't have to, like, buy useless tiles to get the wonder. I think I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3. Well, the city that I'm planning here is in range of this deer. So there will be just 1 we won't have in range of any city. I'm not sure. I think I'll pass on this tier. I'll just have the city where I plan them here, and I'll pay for this tile, or I buy this tile. Well, we'll see. We still have like, I don't know, 30 turns, but maybe 25 turns. Then we have to decide. Still gonna take some time to get the first settler. Okay, now I want to see the horses and all the other resources that we could potentially have on the plains. And sheep can be also on some of the hills. And mining into bronze working. And we'll decide what we're gonna do once we know if we have iron or not. But I think we want to start conquering. Actually, catapult is down here. So if you want to start conquering, we will have to go iron working and just skip composite bows for a while. But we might be able to pull this off with just catapults and decent-ish frontline units without any composite bows. Or maybe like a few. Okay. Really? Next. Oh, this could maybe save us. Or not. Come on, Brazil. Can't you just do something about your barbarians? I need a safe place to heal. Next. I honestly don't know where to run. Okay, not that way. Next. Wow. Please, no barbarians. Problem is I can't go this way now. There are just camps everywhere. But I could maybe heal for one turn on this tile. What do we have? A good of expanse for someone. Next. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. We need to stay on tiles that allow us to move quickly. I think I'll stay here. Next. Hey. That's a new save. So, Indonesia. Okay, nothing new here. They still have the Chris Swordsman, so that's the old one. Prow. That's new. Effective early naval scout. Only Indonesia may build it. This unit is faster and available earlier than Trireme. Trireme it replaces. Tied to the pincer promotion. Okay. I mean, it's not relevant. I don't think you'd really care about this one. Candy. I guess it's not pronounced candy. It's something like candy, but actually I don't remember this one. Unique Indonesian garden replacement. Clove, pepper, or nutmeg crystals will appear near or under the city when built. Did they change it so that you don't get the resource when you found the city, but you have to build a building? Did they change it in the non-modded Vox Populi, or did they change it in the additional component mod? Because this makes Indonesia a little bit weaker, because they don't get access to those luxuries basically right away. 20% faith and culture in the city during Wheel of the King Day. And it boosts citrus oases for some reason. And chocolate. Okay. Kampong. What's this one? It's just... Can we build on coast and ocean? Bonus to adjacent. So it's a tile improvement, it seems, that doesn't have to be built on a sea resource, but next to a sea resource. Oh, that is interesting. It gives culture, so there is some potential with that, because you can build quite a few. If you can build 3 around every fish. How does it work? Well, there's nothing about it. Well, I'll just have to check when we discover Indonesia where they are. I'll have to check how they are using it. Okay, now we have the granary. So with the granary we are suddenly growing in 9 turns from not growing at all. If I change this, we would be growing in 7, worker in 12. This way it's worker in 11. How relevant is that? That's 2 turns. Actually, if I get a citizen in 7 and then log the production, I may in the end be able to still get the worker in 11. Next. How much money do we have? 93. Oh, hey. We have hand axes. Next. Come on, try something. I want to see how much damage Stockholm can do now. It's not quite... Actually, no, it is a one-shot. The tooltip was lying to me once again. But well, again, there's no reason to leave with the warrior. We just want to wait for the worker and then always protect the worker. Next. Assyria. Okay, no changes here, I think. Siege tower. That's the same. What is this? Iron chariot. Durable shock cavalry in the ancient era. On Assyria may build it. Gains combat strength for each adjacent enemy. That's interesting. Doesn't require horses, but gains 2 combat strength if player has sufficient horses. That's also interesting. Gain what? For iron? Oh, again gain for iron. Well, what's their starting strength? So that's 25% boost in their strength if you have the resources available. But is it that it like takes away the resources from you when you have them, or does it only check, okay, the numbers check, but it doesn't take them away from you? Let's say you have 4 horses, so that you can build 4 horsemen. You build and still all the chariots have the bonus for having the horses. Same for iron. That's definitely an interesting idea. Checking the strategic resources. Royal Library, that's the original one. And Lamasu Gate. Military supplies by the city population increased by 20%, increasing the city bombardment strength by 15%, strike range by 1, and it's a wall replacement. Oh, okay. I thought it will be like armor replacement. Next. No changes for the unique ability. This is also the original one. These guys are actually quite strong. Holcon, what is this thing? A dangerous scout with no penalty against barbarians. Wow. Only the man may build it. Gains science and culture with every ancient ruin. Well, that sucks. Starts with the Trailblazer 1 promotion. So if we're gonna be playing Maya, we're gonna be playing with ancient ruins, it seems. And Pit's Court. Barracks, forge, and armor in the city gain production. So it's Colosseum replacement, right? Grant Science Fate at the end of a long count. And some weird unique promotion, which grants new abilities for every 20 turns the unit had. What? Like every 20 turns? It sounds a bit broken. Which grants new abilities for every turn the unit's been alive. 5 experience, 5% combat strength, 10% combat strength, 5% combat strength in forest jungle. Then hit points, heal in friendly territory. So I guess it's just leveling up one promotion, making it stronger and stronger. 10% combat strength. That's a decent bonus when you are fighting in a forest or jungle. And it's free, so yeah. That's actually pretty decent. And a unique promotion that gives yields that you otherwise can't get or are difficult to get are always strong, so... Pakal seems to be quite interesting with the mod. Now, let's get out of here. This way. Hey, a city-state. That's gonna be a first. Pyramid's gone. Who built it? Assyria. Good for him. You are militaristic hostile. Next. Almost have enough money to get the second warrior, then we can finally do something about barbarians. Now, animal husbandry. That's one we have been waiting for. So what did we get? Hello. The barbarian sucks. Let's stay behind the warrior, and when they destroy it, I'm gonna steal the worker. It's gonna take very long time to get him home. But it's free, so yeah, I'll take it. Now, anything here? Nothing, of course. So many plain tiles, and we didn't get a single horse. It's another tile that we can't reach, of course, or another resource that we can't reach. We got sheep down here. This is in range of the capital, good. And with the sheep here, we actually started on the deer after all. We got another sheep in range of the city. And we have sheep for this city as well. So stables in the capital and here will be decent. And I'm a bit disappointed we didn't get anything here, like nothing at all. That makes the city much worse. Assyria with goddess of wisdom. You can actually be dangerous. Okay, let's get the production. And it did change the timer, so it was the right decision. I think if I have to start working on a settler right after the worker, or if I have time for one warrior. I think I want the third warrior. I'll buy one and train one. thinking how fast I want to get to Imperium, but I think Imperium can wait. I'll again go Discipline first, then Imperium. Next. Oh. Okay, let's just get out of here. I'll still stick around. I want the worker, the city state, should be able to just move it into the city. And extra vision is gonna help so much. I could try a Rio. Give Budapest some time to get rid of the barbarians. Nope. Wrong way. Next. I wanted to check this tile, because if there was somehow worker building a farm on this tile, I'd be able to steal it, and probably I wouldn't lose the Pathfinder in the process. But it seems that Brazil has pretty serious problems with barbarians. Should probably be building this farm first, because this one will get +2 food. Next. Okay, back to the original plan. Let's see if the barbarians are dead or left. Next. Okay, hopefully now we'll be able to steal the worker. But I have to be careful. We are 132 gold. Warrior is gonna be 30. But more importantly, it's gonna cost us 1 gold per turn. If I steal the worker, that's another gold per turn. So I'd be losing money. I probably need to destroy one camp before I can get the warrior. Or I would have to wait with the worker. That's another option. It's probably better waiting with the worker. I kind of need the warrior. Next. Come on, I need one camp. How much damage can we do? That's a lot. Next. So can we take out this guy as well now? I'll just attack once. I don't think I can kill him with one attack. At least the tooltip suggests I can't, and I don't want to risk losing the camp. There could be a Pathfinder here. If I attack once, leave the Brute on one hit point, and the Pathfinder steals it, and that would suck. Next. So how long does it take until the worker has a reason to leave the city? I mean, what I could do, I could pillage the tile, move out of vision. Hey. Oh, in English, I think it's with O, right? Yeah. In my language, it's MA. Okay, no changes to the unique ability. Berber Cavalry, that's the old one. Corsair, Nebulon specializing in the disrupting maritime trade. Only Morocco can build it, can enter rival territory. It can enter rival territory without the declaration of war and open borders, I guess. Gain food and production whenever a Corsair kills a unit, pillages a resource. Wow, that's well, depends how much they gain. And how it's applied, if it's like in all cities, in the capital, in the city where you build the unit. But this definitely has some potential. Kasbah, that's the original one, and then we have Riyadh. Garden replacement, yeah. 15% gold in the city is converted into great. Oof! What the hell? 15% of gold in the city. That's a lot of great merchant points. And it's in every city. You get gardens everywhere. So you get the 15%. That gives you a certain amount. If you were making I don't know, 100 gold per turn in the city, that gives you 15 great merchant points every turn. And is that then increased by 25% from the building itself, that it just like multiplies its own bonus? And you can get some pretty insane cities. I mean, having 300-400 gold per turn in a city is not that difficult. I mean, you won't get it in every single city, but you can have some cities like that. That's like 6 or 7 extra great merchants potentially over the course of the game. And with no investment at all. That's the thing. You don't have to like do anything at all. Just build a building that you would be building anyway, and you just start shitting great merchants. This one is really strong. I'm just checking if there are any changes to these units and the Kasbah as well. Okay. Let's see if this is gonna work. Next. What's the reason that I can't pillage the tile? Oh, there we go. Now I can pillage it. And let's heal up. I hope that the archer comes to me. So I need to like pull him closer to the plains. Then we'll be able to kill him easily. Here, how much damage can I do? A lot. Next. Don't worry. Should be fine. Unless they gave barbarians the ability to like move through zone of control. Oh, hey. 2, 4, 6, 8. So now we know everyone. Who is dangerous potentially? I'm not really like afraid of anyone. Pakal could snowball. I mean, how hard can you snowball from all the gold as Morocco? It helps, but I don't think it can like really snowball you that hard. Ballista Legions. Ballista is new, I think, here, but wasn't Ballista a unique Roman unit at some point, even in the normal save? Tough and accurate early siege weapon, owner bro may build it. Stronger than catapult, has no vision penalties, has no penalty against land units. When your great general has one move. That's an interesting one. Definitely makes the early city conquest a little easier. And when it's combined with legions, actually, that makes it much easier. Then we have Colosseums. And it changes to legions. No, and what is this? Latifundium. Bonus to adjacent plantations. So my guess is these things work in a similar fashion to like Brazelwood camps, that you need to have a certain resource. You can build it around, and you can't have like two next to each other. So when you have a plantation, you can have three, I guess, plural of latifundium will be latifundia. You can have three around one plantation. And it gives culture, so bonus to adjacent plantation. So itself, it has culture, and it gives bonus to the plantation. And does it apply to all of them? So if you have 3 around the plantation, then it gives +3 to the plantation. That's potentially a ton of culture, but I'm not sure if it works this way, so it's hard for me to say how good it is. Potentially really strong. Anything that you can build that gives culture, that you can build almost anywhere, is really strong. How far can I go? If I go here, I'm still in range of the city. Then you guys can heal for one more turn. Here we can get the kill. Next, I want to get the settler in this episode, then we'll make a cut. And here's Marco. Why? Why are you not using the worker? First, let's make sure that we kill this guy. Then move, and let's protect this farm. Don't want it to get pillaged a few turns after I finish that. Next. We can't get another settler. We need to regrow the city again. As much as I would like to get an archer, I think I need to go for a shrine. And honestly, it might be better to just get copper and sell it, because money is a problem. Thinking how to get the wonder with the current income. If I started on the hill, then it could be another like 60 turns before I get to the wonder. Yeah, I'll have to figure this out off camera. This is gonna be a difficult decision. I'm still thinking about the city on this hill. It would be so much faster early. We would start on the forest, so that's the initial production boost for the monument. We would get a ton of food. We would be getting science very soon. Oh, very soon. Well, still gonna take a few turns to get to classical era, but right after that, we would be getting the science. One, two, three. I could start the city on the copper, but we would have like no food then. Yeah, it looks like I may have to get like 3 cities quite close to each other. One, two, three, and then two more down here. So it'd be going with what 6 cities before we start conquering. Potentially 7 cities. We can get something here before Brazil gets there. Brazil won't go too wide. I guess they went tradition. Brazil, yeah, tradition. Another tradition, authority for Rome, progress for Indonesia. It's gonna be interesting. Authority for America and progress for Assyria. That's surprising. Well, at least it's not a tradition for everyone as we had in the last game. As I said, I'll think a little bit more about this off camera. So we are done with this episode. I think overall it wasn't too bad. We finally have something to work with, warriors. So next time we'll get rid of some more camps and yeah, try to grow. We'll have to solve the problem with gold, though. That's currently the biggest issue. I can't grow our military until I solve that. So I guess I'll already cancel the farm and make sure that the warrior starts working on the copper. We have 3 copper tiles, so we can start trading, I guess, once that's improved. And well, we'll have to do something up here. I'll probably wait one more turn, then I will check the tile again. If the worker isn't there, I may just like peace out and accept the fact that I screwed up. Fine, so we are done for today. I hope that you liked this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.